Hello everybody, my name is Hellkaiser, and welcome back to Mass Effect. We didn't get pretty much any gameplay in the last episode. We talked for like 30 minutes about the changes, and we made our character, and then we talked on the Normandy, or our characters talked, I should say. So now we might finally actually get into the actual game, and let's just go ahead and do it right this time.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags.
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
It actually did some really good job. Look at the reflections on the water. And it doesn't even dip the frame rate or nothing. Generally, stuff like reflections are the things that are going to kill it faster than anything on some of these bad remasters. Like, if you ever played with a lot of mods on like stuff like Skyrim, some of that stuff is what kills it. You know, just weird, badly optimized reflections and stuff. And the interesting thing is, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, but they actually said they talked. Okay, let's see. 10 physics threshold or 10 smash damage. I don't. Okay. That's not of no use to me. But that last one, the shock absorber, good for him. There. Anyways, I was saying, BioWare said they talked to modders and stuff that, you know, had done a lot of like reshades and special K sort of things for Mass Effect in order to try to help optimize it essentially to the best. I don't remember in the original that fire burning right there for what looks like no reason when there's no other fire around here. There's a lot of sparks in the air. Maybe it just caught.
What happened here?
Why are you saying that now for some reason? Yeah, hope you don't care too much for Jenkins. If you do, then you might want to turn your head. Yep, that's about how long he lasts in the field. Okay. Kaidan can only use pistols, can he? They did fix up the portraits a lot better too. Gun sounds good. That was easy. Actually, yeah, they really have made the First off,
I think we're good, Commander.
the guns sound much better. If you've ever heard, you've got to watch a comparison video. Because they've done a really good job. Plus, your guns don't just overheat in like 5 shots. You could actually hold suppressing fire on an enemy for quite a while before they can do much. That's a really good job. This is not just your average run-of-the-mill HD remaster. This is almost more like a proper remake. Except for his awful hair. Good lord. Especially when you see it in better lighting. Look at his hair. It looks like it's just one big plastic wig that he's glued onto his head. It looks terrible. They couldn't have spent just a little bit more time on Kaidan's hair. Just a little bit.
Leave him. We need to finish the mission.
Aye, aye, man.
Yeah. I don't see exactly how that's a renegade response. I mean, yeah, we can't bury him right now. Maybe later we can work on it, but you can't do nothing right now. The best medicine is fire superiority. He's already dead, so no need to worry about medicating him. Just worry about keeping the rest of them alive. We don't need
Got
Metagel.
some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Again, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but how exactly is Nihilus supposed to be evaluating Shepard if he's not even with her at any point? Because to evaluate somebody, I'm guessing he's, checking her combat effectiveness and all this stuff, her leadership abilities. How can you do any of that if you're off doing another mission? I could be in the firefight of a lifetime and you would miss it. Got you, bastard. Targets click down. Very clear. Man, lots of charred out bodies. Got some meta-gel. Yeah, I am telling you. This is just so great. Lord help me. I'm a huge... Mass Effect 1, in my opinion, was probably the best. Just simply because I played it first. You know, I'd say maybe a lot of people played Mass Effect 1 and then 2 and still liked it. And I mean, you do you, whatever you preferred. I just always thought, you know, 1 set up the awesome world building and introduced you to the world. I don't think it had necessarily the best buddies. I think Mass Effect 2 kind of fixed up the characters more. Mostly. Like, Kaidan and Ashley weren't exactly in it, which that made it a little bit better. Just kind of, everything was a little bit bigger, but this was the starting point. It was a really good starting point. And now it looks even better, it runs better. Oh great, the Geth. Yeah, she could have just opened fire and maybe saved that guy. Instead, she started running. I'm not a big fan of Ashley. Her name's Ashley Williams. She literally has Ash's name from Evil Dead, my favorite movie character. And she's not worthy of the name, let's put it this way. I don't care that she's somewhat space racist, because, you know, in the world of Mass Effect, you know, the humans and other species haven't always got along, and she sort of serves as the gateway to that.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
But at the same time, it's just she's kind of an annoying character. Her and Kaidan both are cardboard cutouts, but especially spoilers for the other games. But again, these games are old, so I'm going to talk. Kaidan and Ashley in the second game, whether you romance them or you just have them as your buddies, even though you save their lives, they won't work with you. And under the certain conditions in Mass Effect 3, they'll take a shot at you and try to shoot you, and you might even have to kill them. Or you can kill them. They're just not really that good at characters. Whereas almost everybody on Earth says, you know, Shepard saved the world twice. And I was part of that crew, so I can say I was with him to save the world once. They just don't seem to trust you. They don't seem to like you. And Ashley just never becomes that much better of a character. At least Kaidan does get some redemption in the Citadel DLC. He cooks burgers for you. That's why he's going to stay alive, because he becomes a better character. It's just Ashley doesn't ever really become that much better of a character. She's never that fun.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
I need a status report, now.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd say fighting these things. I mean, clearly she is.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Saying you abandoned them is a little bit harsh, because I don't know what happened. It sounds like they all just were retreating and wiped out, so she might have been following orders. Saying don't blame yourself, though, that'll probably give me Paragon points, so I'm just going to go without saying anything.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Okay.
Lieutenant Alenko and I will take care of this.
Let me come with you, ma'am. The Geth slaughtered my unit. Give me a chance to get even.
She knows the area, Commander, and we could use the extra firepower.
Just don't forget who's in charge.
Understood, Commander. You give the orders and I'll follow them.
Move out!
Okay, maybe that gave me some Renegade. Yeah, I don't say why I say Renegon. Sometimes I think a word and I end up running another together, so I apologize if that bugs anybody, but you probably notice if you've seen any of my other videos, I do it sometimes. They even changed the running in. Okay, wow, we actually had a big frame rate dip right there. That's the first one of the game. I have heard some people say there's some pretty bad performance issues. I don't know if they meant like that was in the second or third game. They didn't really specify, they just say performance issues. And that's not really helpful in the reviews. But one of the reasons I was going to actually hold off on this game at first was to see if there's any way to patch some of that out. Armor piercing. Yeah, I'd rather have toxic damage. Anything else in here? Motorized joints. I guess I'll go ahead and put the armor piercing there. Okay. Give her a point in assault training. Not that I'm really going to use her all that much. Give her a point in assault rifles. Okay. Continue to the dig site. What else do we have in this codex?
Roughly. The gap.
Yeah. See, I'm
Genetic
not
barrier.
actually going to read all of this, but I do appreciate the fact that they have so much lore. That's the thing about BioWare, is they have such great world building, and if you want to know more about stuff, they make sure they got you covered. You can almost read a book's worth of
Genetic
stuff.
barriers.
Okay,
More
shut
common.
up. See, they explain things like the shields. They explain things like the Geth. They explain things like the Turians. And there's pretty decent history about them. You know, there's a lot you can read about the characters and stuff. They do a really good job with stuff like that. One of the weird reviews I read on Steam, I've learned not to take a lot of what you read on some reviews, you know, gospel, because half the time nobody actually knows what they're talking about, or they're just mad about something. You know, one of the reviews, it's one of the top reviews for this game currently on Steam too. Whoa, hang on. Is that the game are practically reskinned, no views, content, paying $60 for the same game twice. Which, that's a barefaced lie. Because clearly all you have to do is look at a side-by-side picture, and at least it's not exactly the same game twice. Plus, if you read any articles, they've done quite a bit of stability and improvement. Now, the frame rate is dipping a little bit. I'd be a liar if I didn't tell you the truth on that. Ow. But I mean, it's still running pretty dang good. It keeps popping back up to 65, and it's not super bad.
This is the dig
I've seen
site.
worse.
The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or
I wish the melee attack
Hard to
thing would
say.
get off the screen.
Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Bad idea, brother. In case you're wondering, no, Caden and Ashley will not ever really be part of our ranks again. Once we're able to get better teammates, then that's just it. We're getting better teammates. Yes, transfer all the stuff. I always keep the best guns for myself. I don't care about my teammates as much, because especially most of them ain't going to be with us. I'd probably say that Caden should get the best light armor, though, because he does stick around for a little bit longer. But Ashley, I don't need two soldiers. As soon as Garrus or Tolly or anyone comes available, they take that spot, because just don't need them.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
Garrus is
Good place
my
for an
favorite.
ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh God, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
I never exactly understood. Maybe it's because I didn't read the stuff. But how exactly being... What the heck? My gun is not right. Oh, of course. I like how the camera stays I don't think you could even move the camera in the original. Yeah, you couldn't. That's nice to be able to kind of get some battlefield awareness with a brief moment of, you know, stopping time. Ow. He took out my shield. Crap. I think I got regenerated health. Very little regenerated health, but it's working out. Man, those things just ran around. I don't think they really improved the AI on them too much. Okay, new shotgun, new armor. New armor's for me. But first, I get 6 points. Drop 2 points in Intimidate, so essentially now I can intimidate anybody. or at the current level. I'm not going to fail a check on that or not have enough power to do it. Okay, what do I want? Realistically, soldier is probably one of the best things to stick a point in. 1 point in assault training. 1 point in assault rifles. And go ahead and put 1 point in pistols. From now on, we're going to be putting 1 point in pistols every time we gain some experience. So we can unlock shotguns at 4. Because we're going to specialize in assault rifles and shotguns, and then slowly start mastering sniper rifles once we get the chance. But mostly we're going to focus on sniper rifles and shotguns. That's my 2 best. Okay, anyone else get upgrades? Yeah, Caden did. Give him a point in Sentinel. Increase his first aid. And increase his throw. Ashley, give her another point in assault rifles. Give her another point in that. Let her be able to finally regenerate some health and just max out her assault rifle skills. Okay, and maybe I will read the journal entry or just kind of glance at it.
After the
Okay. The Geth secure a location. They impale dead bodies on the spikes. The spikes transform these victims into husks, extracting the water and minerals and replacing them with... How exactly does it replace them, though? Yeah, I've read that before. Okay, so you mean to tell me impaling them on the spike just somehow outfits them with all that cybernetic crap without having any ability to, you know, like glue it on or, you know, solder it or whatever you do, weld it on to the bodies? Explain that one to me.
It's closed. The security lock's engaged.
Okay. I didn't change armor. That's one of the things I came to do. Okay, equipment. Okay, neither one of these shotguns is good as my shotgun. Light armor. I don't need that light armor. I can't equip... Oh, that's Turian armor. All this is Turian armor. But I can't equip heavy armor just yet. How far do I have to be in assault training in order to, like, unlock heavy armor? Or it's... Yeah, oh, I gotta put more points in combat armor. So I'm going to start trying to focus a little bit more on that. Because I'm a soldier, I might as well be able to wear the best armor. Okay. I think that I hope they've changed this up a little bit, because it was kind of annoying before. But the game is... Yeah, they put it to the normal PC one. If you use the controller, this was always just Simon Says on the Xbox 360 version. I'm not even kidding you. It was just A, B, and stuff like that. So they put the PC model on there.
Close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Bad idea. Okay, what about
Can you
the
tell me
beacon?
anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong
What's
with
wrong
the
with your
net?
assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say
Didn't
goodnight,
help.
Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard. Ugh.
Yep, you can still be a dick,
God!
yeah.
What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
I didn't whack him in the head, I just massaged his head a little bit. He'll be okay.
It was only a matter of time till he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up,
That-
the meds will have kicked
That
in.
switched her up in a hurry.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
Now, I want to address something else too. I've done some and more investigating. I still can't find where it says that they've censored a lot of the stuff in the game. I've genuinely tried to go around taking a look for it, and I couldn't find anything that said specifically that they had censored certain parts. But I do have a plan to find out exactly how or if they have. Pretty much when we get to the reporter, it probably won't be this episode, but it might be the next episode. Some people said that they've removed the ability to hit the female reporter. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Shepard gets asked by some female reporter a bunch of questions at one point in this first game, and you can just knock her block off, you know. And I always loved to do it. I thought it was hilarious. You know, you can start saying, "Oh, that's women's abusive" and stuff. You know, it was just fun to do as a kid. I always like playing as female Shepard because, first off, I think that she's better voiced, and second off, some of the voice lines and the aggressive behavior of the Renegades just kind of reminded me of my mom in a good way. You know, she was always one of those types of people that took charge and didn't take much off of anybody, and it just reminded me of that. And so being able to knock out a reporter that was bugging me just seemed like the thing to do. If anything, did they make Nihlus' face blacker instead of browner? It's hard to tell.
Nihlus.
Saren's face doesn't look much different. Armor
This
looks
isn't
much
your mission,
better.
Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Yep, say goodbye to Nihlus, too. Essentially, the first couple of characters in this game die simply because they're too stupid to keep their guard up around people. Or in a live fire combat zone, I should put it that way. Rock and roll. Focus fire on the kamikaze. Crap, the gun's overheated. What is that rumble? It's deafening me. Crap, there's another husk. Somebody take it out. Good job. Okay, Caden is somehow still injured. Man, the recoil on this gun. Okay, cover me. I'm moving up. Go, go, go.
Commander.
We got more important fish to fry here, brother. You missed! Okay, clear. Okay, before we go check on Nihlus, let's take a look around. We're going to take our time with this. We are going to try to explore things and look for resources, all that good stuff. There we go.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody moves a muscle until we know who you are.
Nice going, Cole. I told you we should have stayed hidden.
It's okay. We're all on the same side here. We're just farmers. We've been hiding ever since that ship first showed up.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It probably was a jamming
probably
signal.
trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
Okay, saying I don't like being lied to is not exactly the right answer, but I do want to rough these guys up, so I will bully them.
If there's something you're not telling me...
See, that's not even what
spaceport were running
she
a small
said.
smuggling ring.
That's one thing I wish they would have
In
fixed.
exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
That's why you ran
You
here.
greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No, it's not like that. I just knew there were some packages here, something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
You're holding out on me.
I'm only gonna ask this once. Think long and hard before you lie to me again. Are you sure all you've got is one lousy pistol?
No, wait. I just remembered. I just had it in my pocket. You might as well take that too. That's everything, really.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Powell. His name's Powell.
No honor among thieves.
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep things friendly from here on in, okay?
I have to go.
That's not as much fun as holding a gun on people. Okay, got some new equipment. That's really good. My electronic skill is too low, and I don't have anybody in my party whose electronic skill is high enough to do anything else there, so... Too bad. Okay. No new rounds. Nothing new there. Okay, combat sensor. Okay, there we go. Nothing else of any use other than that pistol. Okay, sweet. Got a slightly better pistol. Now all my weapons are red. One of the only things I never really cared for in the original Mass Effect is the weapons don't feel any more impactful whether you're using the starting weapon or the rare epic gold tier weapon that you find later.
You know him?
He's a Spectre. He was with us in the normal.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.
Me? But I'm just a dock worker. I don't even have a weapon. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
I have to admit, I am impressed with all the texture work that's been done on the models. This game came out originally in 2007. Think about that for a few minutes. And for the time, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a gorgeous game. I remember walking around the Citadel when I was a kid thinking how great looking it was. But you play it 15 years later, and it looks very plasticky, you know? Especially the armor was just... It looked like the bat suit from Batman Forever, just real rubbery, like all their armor was rubber. That's all it looked like to me, and that's the best way to describe it. Now it actually has like parts, and you can see like joints and stuff where it seems to be... It looks heavier, it looks more metallic in certain places and stuff, and the facial models especially are so much better.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
The light
It's over on
reflections in
other
the
platform.
eyes are very
Probably
repressive.
where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was in trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. doesn't matter now, does it?
If you got something
Anything
good.
hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
You're lying.
Too many people died here for you to start
Oh, now I pull out a
jerking me around.
shotgun.
Okay, all right. There was something else. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next. Those Geth were swarming over the platform.
I'm honestly
Thousands
surprised
of
that
them.
BioWare hasn't taken
They
out
must
the
have been
angle
inside
of
that
seeing
mothership.
Ashley
They
and
shot
Shepard's
anything that
rear
moved. It
end
was a massacre.
in the middle of the conversation. I mean, I'm glad that they haven't censored everything, but I mean, from the fact that even they're willing to censor that one shot of Miranda, I'm honestly surprised that the camera doesn't just always lock on. I guess that would have been more effort than they were really wanting to work with. It is kind of blurred out.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
So you're a smuggler and you're a lazy
You survived
bastard.
because you're lazy?
You ditch work, then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die? I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
Okay, let's just let him go.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Where exactly are you supposed to go? The whole planet has been taken over. No, not the main menu. Okay, still no better armor. Okay. High explosive grenade. What was the other thing that supposedly he had? He said grenades and he said something experimental tech. I'm guessing that was all it was, it's just I got the better thing. Okay, let's take a look here. And no other weapon mods. Nothing. Okay, take the train. Here we go. We will at least... Whoa, crap! I don't remember those guys being right there. Man, I can still melee everybody to death in one hit or two. And this is playing this on... Okay, another frame rate dip there. On the extreme difficulty. Hang on, I'm coming for you. Okay, throw them. There we go. Is this anything of use to me? Nope. Okay, come on. Sniper rifle. Now that you can actually use the weapons at level 1. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. That is a much better addition. That means that even if you pick another class, though, you can still use weapons at least somewhat effectively. You might not get no accuracy upgrades and stuff like that, but it is a better improvement to be able to pull out the sniper rifle at tier 1 and poke enemies from range without having to get up close and lose your health when playing on the harder difficulties. And we are playing on hardcore. Okay, I can't sprint no more. Crap. There's Citadel. Crap, there's more. Okay. Nobody here's got nothing to use. Throw. Caden, you can't hit the side of a barn, buddy. Okay. There we go. Didn't even lose my shields. And we're playing this on hardcore. Okay. Still some weird little... I highly doubt that they were able to remove all the glitches and stuff, because, I mean, games this big, you know how long it would take to play test and get rid of all the bugs? Even though they've been reported for years, I highly doubt they sat down and got rid of every single bug.
Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Even the Geth looks slightly better just due to the fact that, you know, they look a little bit more battle-worn. I can't get over how good the textures look. I mean, yes, at the end of the day, they talk to modders and just try to outdo modders, but it's impressive that it's this stable, because a lot of times when you play mods, it doesn't always run stable, because it's a smaller team that isn't able to work out, you know, how to make the textures stream and load in right and all that stuff. There's a lot that goes into it. When you're a smaller team, you just can't catch all the issues. And this is a AAA effort to improve.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Still making no much harder to do it.
Shut them down.
There's only 3 charges and 5 minutes to do it. I can take them out pretty easily. Crap. Sniper rifle. Switch to the bloody sniper rifle. There we go. Hail to the queen, baby. Thanks for saving your friend right there, but it ain't gonna save him for long. Okay, he took the hit. I can't look up good when I'm aiming at him. Okay, moving on out. Okay, we got more enemies coming in. There we go. I want to go defuse the second bomb. Cover me. Go. Moving on up. Of course. Okay, I think he got him with that biotic attack, but he's not dead, I don't think. Crap, I shot between his legs, missed. Hopefully they can get him. Dang it. There we go, got it. Okay, I can barely see your head. I can't, yeah, the sensitivity is kind of odd here. There we go, headshot. It really does feel, I feel like sometimes when there's an enemy, it kind of auto-aims onto them and soft locks me where I can't actually get a hold of them. Okay, new weapons. Use this bomb. Okay, we got the charges. Okay, now we explore real quick, because if we get too close to the beacon, it'll trigger it, and there is some items and stuff around here. Is best to my knowledge I can remember. I don't think there's any on this side, but there is on the other side. Over there where the beacon is. There's like a locker or something you can open up. But I've never really looked at this area, and I just like to make sure. Okay, we're clear. Okay, let's do this. Your sprint speed is still kind of annoying, but I do like that they added where you could sprint, like in places like the Citadel and stuff, because that makes moving around a lot faster and a lot easier to work with. Making little improvements like that overall can make the whole experience better, because sometimes just something as bad as slow movement speed can make your enjoyment of the game lesser. Okay, we got enemies on both sides. here. Now, there's a crate there. If you get too close to the beacon, it will trigger it, so I've got to be careful. But I want to get all the stuff I can, because you don't ever come back here. There's no time to say, well, we'll just do it again next time. We'll get it right. You got to do it right the first time. Okay. Still no better armor or nothing, but I got some better weapons. Take what I can get. Okay. Yes. Chemical rounds and a recoil dampener. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather have that than be able to see the enemies. I don't care about stuff like that. Sniper rifle mod. Poison damage on a sniper rifle sounds like a really good idea to me. And then anything here? No. Go ahead and put the combat sensor though on my shotgun. Might as well. Okay, I don't remember if there's anything on the other side to see. Yeah, there's the locker I was talking about. Crap. There we go. New weapons. Not a single assault rifle that's better than mine. The exact same sniper rifle. And still no armor. Story of my life so far. Okay. Nothing over here, so... Wait, no, there is. Aha. Technician kit. Motorized joints and a recoil dampener. Equipment. That recoil dampener is going on that sniper rifle. Because that thing has some mule kick to it. There we go. But realistically speaking, even when you put... Other than stuff like chemical rounds, you don't really feel a difference in your weapons. Not one item doesn't feel, you know, significantly better than another. Oh yeah, there's this area up here. Don't want to forget it. That's one of my main complaints with the first Mass Effect, that they really did solve in the second game by just making the combat better in general. It was a vast improvement, but they have done some nice little touches so far to this one. Making the guns recoil and stuff a little bit different. It feels like it does have some kick, but not enough that it's overdone. Everything seems just really well done so far. Minor frame rate drops aside.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Yep, and it's pulling him in. If you play as male Shepard, it's Ashley that it pulls in. Never understood exactly why they wanted to do it where if you're male or female, the other one gets pulled in. I always felt like it was trying to do something like establish some sort of romance subplot there. Like, okay, that's why that you can start the romance with them. Because they care, because they got you hurt or something like that. But it never really made a lot of sense why it had to be a specific one, depending on your gender. Because it didn't make either one of the characters more endearing to me. Got our first achievement, Distinguished Service Medal. Matriarch Venezia,
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime.
I don't remember.
The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
The Matriarch is the only woman in Mass Effect who has a bigger bust size than the default, as far as I know. That might be a stupid thing to mention, but if you think about it, there hasn't been another one. For some reason, they never... All the women have about the same chest size. I guess so that they only had to design one set of armor. Because if you notice, like Ashley, Liara, Tali's of course different because she's like a different shape in certain places. But ultimately, all the armor for the female characters is the same, just simply because it was easier to probably make their chest size the same to fit the armor. But very few characters have different chest sizes on the females.
I think she's waking.
Okay, that audio cut off strangely there.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Not great.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
His hair just looks so terrible. You know, I honestly feel... I can't remember the voice actor for Kaidan, but he also voices Carth O'Neill, I think. Carth, I know his name, in Knights of the Old Republic. And Carth was the most generic, somewhat annoying Goody Two-Shoes character in Knights of the Old Republic. And he's sort of the same semi-annoying, least interesting party member, kind of annoying Goody Two-Shoes in Mass Effect. It seems like the guy kind of gets cursed to play the same kind of generic role. Let's put it this way. How many people realistically kept Carth in their party during the entirety of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? And how many people kept Kaidan to their entire party in Mass Effect 3? Or when you unlock him, let me put it that way. Not many people, I would say, to either one. So, just how it is.
I expect better of you, Lieutenant. You endangered the entire mission.
Don't be so hard on him, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe.
He should have been careful.
Cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
Not a local. Thanks. Oh, I'm not jerk enough not to say thanks.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I never understood how she even got that from the visions. I could barely see anything in them, in any version. It's always kind of hard
Captain
to see.
Anderson.
How's our EXO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Okay.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Well, it is kind of a mistake, but I want to see why she says so.
I don't want her on my ship.
I'm the captain of this ship, Commander, and I want Williams on our crew.
Okay, so all that does is have them just override her.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, one of your soldiers tripped it,
I'll stand
and you're in
behind you
charge.
and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian.
Remember what he
Saren's
said
a
there
spectre,
about damned
one of the best.
hero. I'll talk more
A
about that
living
in a
legend.
second.
But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue specter's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Okay, let me finish the thought then while there's a break here. Now, why wouldn't he... I never noticed this the first couple times I played it, and then I noticed it last year when I was going to record the series. Notice he doesn't say, I think you're a damn hero, you know, as in he thinks of her as a hero. He doesn't with an expletive before it. He says damned, D-A-M-N-E-D. Like lost in the damned and stuff, or eternal damnation. And if you think about it, that sort of sums up the later plot. You call that foreshadows, because ultimately, no matter what Shepard does, she's damned to have to keep doing all this. It never ends. You stop the Geth once, or the Reapers, then the Collectors come, and the Collectors bring the Reapers back. And the original endings of Mass Effect was damned if you do and damned if you don't. You either become one of the Reapers, and I think it kills you, or you blow yourself up and destroy the Reapers. So again, I always felt like that was just sort of some sort of foreshadowed reference to 3 that they kind of set up in 1. Like they knew that Shepard was going to die in their story, or at least they wanted the canon probably to die. Maybe, or have it be like she defies fate.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
War,
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What will we say?
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war.
Well, one man's personal beliefs ain't gonna convince people.
He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
I'm pretty sure they can't help us.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke.
How can you do that?
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
I like Captain Anderson as a character. I always thought he was a really cool character. And I thought he had a cool... In my ending of Mass Effect 3 that I got the last time, he died. And I don't actually think that... Because I didn't play the multiplayer component of Mass Effect any of the times I got the ending. So I always was at a disadvantage. I'm glad they removed the multiplayer component, finally. But in my versions, he always died, and I always thought he had a cool death scene, because they're just sitting there talking about old times, and then she turns to him and says, Anderson? And he's just dead. He's such a cool character, but moments like that really make me think he's kind of dumb in some ways. Because think about it. Just because he has a hunch that you don't like the guy, and later they even say he's part of the reason why the Council doesn't believe us, and we didn't see him. The only word we have is a guy who's light years away back on the planet, and we didn't bring him with us for questioning. We should have brought him with us since he could identify it, the name. We don't have a picture, we don't have nothing. How can you accuse somebody of murdering another Spectre and working with the enemy when you don't even have photographic evidence? Nothing you can do.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we
How
didn't
many
lose
friends
you
did he have?
There's nothing we could have done to save him.
No, I know that, but I don't have to like it. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
Seems like you've been around.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served.
made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I never exactly understood exactly what biotics were. Essentially, it's a way of having like telepathic powers, and they use some sort of a brainwave chip to amplify their psychic powers or biotic power. You know, it's all mind stuff. But I just never understood. I always felt like it was just an addition because they wanted force power. I always felt like this was originally going to be a Star Wars game, and then it got turned into maybe like a Star Trek game because it's more like the world feels more like Star Trek in terms of the ambition. And then they just sort of kept a weird combination between something similar.
I was a regular Navy brat. I got a little more noteworthy than the folks expected.
Oh, that's right, a Kuz. I imagine that bought
See,
you
I'm not going to be a
posts
jerk
for
at all
free.
times because...
Word is we're heading for the Citadel.
You know,
Can
there's no
you,
point.
Tell me why?
I wasn't ordered not to.
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not
Besides, he'll
working
probably
for
be a
them.
witness because he was on our
Whatever
ground
happens,
team.
we'll be ready, Commander.
Okay. Yeah, see, sometimes you don't earn Renegade or Paragon either way, so it's not a big deal what you say.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
No.
I should go.
I don't want to know
Goodbye,
about
Commander.
everybody. I already know what Caden. He's an older model, but he's like an L5 model. Well, the new ones are like L7s, and so he has headaches. You know, I played the game enough, I don't need to know.
After what happened to Jenkins, the crew could use some good news. They'll be glad to hear you're okay.
You don't sound glad.
Sounds like you're disappointed I survived.
I never want to see anything bad happen to a fellow Marine commander. Let's just leave it at that.
What's
You
wrong?
have a problem with me, Chief?
You questioned my competence through the entire mission.
That's my prerogative.
Best way to stop that is to show me you're competent. But I don't remember inviting you to come back to the ship with us.
You didn't. Captain Anderson did.
Look, I didn't really question her. I just told her she should stay. I've never had her get this
I need to go speak with Joker.
overreactive.
Goodbye, Commander.
I didn't even know she could get that mad. Oh well, I don't really care. She's not going to live in my playthrough. I just don't care for her. You know, neither one of them are that great, but Ashley is just a space racist for most of the game, and just when the others, all the alien characters are cooler than these two human characters that you get as partners. You know, Garrus is the best partner in the game. Liara is a interesting little space scientist. She's got, you know, personality. She's kind of cute and shy, and it makes her more of like a fun character to talk to. Rex is just this badass bounty hunter type, you know. Tolly's an interesting character. Everybody, you know, you can sum them up as they all have more personality and are more interesting to talk to than these two. And that's just one of the reasons I don't care for either one of them. It's just, you look at the rest of the cast, and it's boring. They did make the human characters, I should say, more interesting in Mass Effect 2. Jack was a fantastic character. And a really cool romance, actually, if you're playing as the male shepherd. But Miranda was kind of a cool character that you could romance too, but not just romance, but just was a better character than the others.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander.
I can't remember the other guy. William, was that his name, or Will? He wasn't really that good of a character. He was just kind of annoying no matter what, but you kind of get the point here. It seems like the human characters have always been far less, and then in Andromeda, sort of the same thing. The human characters are always less interesting than your alien characters. I don't know why that is, but that's how it is. Okay, since we're already at the hour mark, I might as well go ahead and end it here. Okay. Did my profile get updated? No. Space station, military jargon. Oh, it literally tells you military jargon in case you don't know some of it. I know military jargon. Not all of it, but I know quite a bit of it. I know enough to get me by. I know what ASAP means, flank. I know what ground side means, spacer. Although I mean that's pretty obvious. I don't need to know what SITREP. I know that XO is commanding officer, executive officer, second in command. Ladder or LADAR, light amplifying detection. Okay, some of that's kind of interesting. See, the fact that they actually go through all this effort it is kind of cool just to think that they go through all this to make the world more interesting. Does it help too much? Not necessarily.
Kinetic combat hard suit.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So far, realistically, we are an hour and a half into the game because we spent 30 minutes talking. Yeah, so an hour and a half into the game, I'm going to say this. Aside from some frame rate drops, which, you know, it doesn't like make the game lag real bad when it does it. It's not super big of a deal to be worried about. Then this game is running great. Some of the changes are really great. The textures look good. I'm looking forward to playing through more of it. If you are still on the fence about buying it, though, I would recommend it, but I would recommend maybe watching more of at least the first game, maybe even waiting until the sale. Because with my upload schedule, I'm not going to tell you wait till the second game. Pardon me. But, you know, maybe do some more research videos on it. If you're a big fan of Mass Effect, though, I think this is a no-brainer. Maybe if you're a die-hard PC fan, buy the Xbox One or Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 version if you care about settings. Because, you know, there's so many people upset about that. I'd be remiss not to talk about how it's a lack of PC settings. And I do want to mention, I didn't mention this in the first video, there's 3 types of security on this game, and I know some people don't like. It's got, I don't know how to say it, Duinvo, that security software. You know, if you're a PC gamer, you know what it is. It's essentially like an anti-piracy, like lock on the game, I guess is how you put it. It causes a lot of problems on PC. If you don't know what it is and you're not a PC gamer, like, I can't record the game. I use action recording, and I use the record specific application feature to let me just hook into a game's audio and just record the game's audio flat without having to use my devices. Well, I can't do it on this game because it just can't detect it. It took me almost 30 minutes yesterday to get it to finally allow my recording software to record it properly. And like I remember when Rage 2 came out, you know, there was a lot of problems trying to record that game if you had recording software or something. It made the frame rate laggy, and that might be why my frame rate is dipping right now, simply because of the Duinvo security. And aside from that, you still have to log in through Origin, and if you buy it on Steam, you got Steam. So you got Steam, Origin, and Duinvo. And so a lot of people don't care for stuff like that, and I have to agree that that is a little bit too much. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and hope you have a great rest of your evening.